So as I continue to my reply on the video that I posted, this is a continuation to part 2 Wadau. Sawa. I want you guys to go through this. These are the things that our dear president got from the United States. I'm not going to read through all it, but I want us to read together number 4. Read number 4 with me. I want you to look at all the money for everything else that Kenya was given. Look at number 4 specifically. Before we even address the fact that most of this money, first of all, he was given by a lot of conditions and told exactly what the money was supposed to do. Okay? Number 1. Number 2, tell me what among this addresses the issues of the Kenyan mwananchi that are ailing Kenya as a country currently. And then, back to my original point, let us focus on number 4. Remember I did a video on the new bill that Ruto passed? The new bill that states that the NGOs can now be unregulated. They can get as much funding as they want. They can easily be registered and easily operate freely. That is where we are coming, Wadau, okay? Look at this. I want you to look at this. I'm going to post both of them. There's like a list of 12 of the things that we are given. But let's focus on number 4, okay? Independent civil societies. Look at all the money that was given to Ahmad Kaz, to implementation of this, to this, to this. Look at all the money, okay? But look at the amount here. Out of all the money that was given to Ruto, the independent civil societies got 172 billion. None of the other things on that list. Let me post the other one so that you don't say I'm the one I'm creating my own things, okay? Focus on number 4. Focus on that amount, 173.10 billion, okay? Let's go to the second. Okay, this is the second list. I want you to look at the amounts. This is million, this is 4 billion, this is 2 billion, this is million, this is million, this is million. None of them, out of the 12, none of them got as much money as the independent civil society. You know what? This is what I was telling you about. That the reason Ruto passed that independence, it was called, I think the public, PBO something bill, that meant, was saying that NGOs now can be easily registered. Before, they had a cap on how much they can be financed. Now that cap was removed. So that is why they've been given, that is why now they've been given all this money. Look at all this money. Out of all those things, none has been given as much money as this one, 173 billion for independent civil societies. You tell me, why does Joe Biden, why do the Americans, why do these Western countries feel like the biggest problem Kenya has is its independent civil society? What do you think that is? It is simple, because they want to push their agendas. They want to push the Gatina FC agenda. They want to push an agenda whereby they can be able to control the government using their civil societies by filing lawsuits, destabilizations, because they have as much money as they need. They have money to attract all the people they want to attract into their groupies, into their Gatina FC teams, and to all the other crazy things. That is why, out of all the problem Kenya has, the civil independent society is the one they felt needed more allocation. So the honest truth is this, Wadau. We have a president who's a joker. We have a president who's a sellout. We have a president who is not presiding over our country. We have a chief supervisor. We have a president who cannot come to us with excuses that he's been shackled, that he's a prisoner, that they are threatening him. No, 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 no. If you didn't want to do the job, if you didn't know you were qualified for the job, you shouldn't have come to us. But you're not going to get the job of the commander-in-chief. Yet, you're sending our men and women in uniform to go and now start fighting with Houthi rebels. You are buying air defense systems so that now bombs and missiles can start flying over Nairobi, because you want to make your imperialist friends happy. No, 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 no. It's purely and simple. Our president is a puppet. Our president is a sellout. Our president is the biggest win the Western countries have had in Africa. During this period of the Traores, during this period of the wave of Pan-Africanism and African liberation spreading all over Africa, we have a president who's partnering with our enemies, who's partnering with people who for years have profited, have built empires using the blood and sweat of Africans, using the blood and sweat of Kenyans. I've told you right now that the Kenyan, I saw another video yesterday from the Kenya Manufacturers Association, them talking about, the truth of the matter is this, Wadau. I saw a video yesterday by the Kenya Manufacturers Association, and the chairman again was saying how they've tried to plead with the government to not implement these finance tax bills, to not push this agenda because they are going to be killing the Kenyan manufacturing and processing industry. And by doing that, they are going to be enabling our neighbors, which is Uganda and Tanzania. They told them very well, if you kill the steel industry, we're going to start being traders, because all the manufacturers now are going to start being traders. We're going to buy from our neighbors. This chairman was saying that right now in Kenya, it's getting to a point whereby to process oil, cooking oil in Kenya, is more expensive than buying that oil from our neighbors or importing that from Egypt. So he's saying that we have a government which doesn't care about the people who are going to lose their jobs. We have a government which is not willing to empower its manufacturing and industries. We have a government which doesn't care what the taxes are going to do to their people. This chairman of the Kenya Manufacturers Association clearly stated that they've tried to call them to the table. They've tried to invite them into the factories, telling them that come to our factories, come and see what we do. Come and see the processing process, so that you know that when you tax this and this, you're going to pay. You're going to bring pain to the customers. And he said very well. They've told them numerous times that if you tax the processors, the manufacturers and processors, that bill, that money is going to go back to the Mwananchi. The Mwananchi is going to pay that final bill. But we have a government that doesn't care. And I told you, Wadau, it is simple and clear. Let's stop burying our heads in the sand and trying to defend this man. There's no need of defending this man. No. It doesn't matter if he's in shackles. That is not our problem. You cannot come to us and tell you to elect you as a president, yet you don't have solutions. You came to us and told us you have solutions. You cannot be presiding over a country that you don't have an idea of how to preside over. You cannot be getting these amounts of money to give to people who want to spread agendas and demoralization of our children. We have seen what this has done to their countries, to their schools, how much morals they've lost, how much their children, their parents are crying because syllabus in schools have been introduced which is perverted. Yet you're getting 134 billion to come and pervert our societies. You're flying in 200 million jets. You have the most inflated cabinet in the world. Yet you're telling us that you're in shackles. No. The truth of the matter is this. I told you. These people got to a point that they felt that we cannot do anything as Africans. We cannot do anything as African youths. And I'm going to do a part 3 on this because I want to tell you people how we can organize. I've been telling you that we can organize. We can organize and use the same democracy they claim to love so much against them. Because it's purely and simple. Democracy is a game of numbers. Democracy is a game of numbers. And as long as we have the numbers, as long as we are organized, we can beat them at their own game. Because I'm telling you, Wadau, it's getting to a point, it's either we form political parties, go at it the democratic way and change things from the inside, or the revolution way. Because either way, we have a president who's trying to get us to war. We have a president who's willing to fight with Houthi rebels. We have a president who's willing to get us to fight with Houthi rebels so that he can make his masters happy. There's nothing like our president is shackles. He's in shackles. There's nothing that like our president is held by the balls. It doesn't really matter. If he wanted to be our president, he should have come to us, told us what problems we are in, and we should have sorted our problems on our own as Kenyans, as Africans, but not going to join people so that we can be pulled into wars that have nothing to do with us. Purely and simple. So I'm telling you, Wadau, like I said before, it's time for the Gen Zs and the millennials to use our power of numbers, to use our power of intellect, to use the small money we have to crowdfund to form our own parties and do something about our country. Because it's either two ways, Wadau. It's either we join and form our own political strong parties that are going to be able to destabilize these people, or option 2, a revolution. But either way, we are losing our country in a speed that is so fast. If we don't act now, we're not going to have a country. These guys are already trying to draw us into war. Look at this. They're already trying to draw us into war. It's either you wake up or you perish.